Hi, my name's Aaron Farshney and today I'll be showing you how to make a Lego brick, or rather two bricks. You've got a 1x1 brick and a 1x1 plate. Now, the reason is we're doing these two is because if you can make these two objects, you can pretty much make any Lego brick out there. So what we're going to do is first set up the measurements for the two bricks in Studio Max. So first go to customize unit setup, then we set it to metric in millimeters because Lego bricks are very small. Then go to system unit setup. Now because I tend to use Unreal Engine, I prefer having one unit. It's usually 2 centimeters, but in this case I'm setting it to 2 millimeters. So in here put 2 millimeters, then click OK. Click OK again, and now you should have coordinates all set up. So first we're going to make a 1x1 brick, and I know all the measurements already, so first let's create a box in the viewport, set the measurements to. Now this is what it is. You have an 8x8 brick, but it's 9.6 millimeters tall, and Lego bricks are very precise. So center that to the world. Okay, there you go. Now, nothing fancy at the moment, just simple. Now, what we're going to do is create the 1x1 plate. Now, it's pretty much the same as this, but remember, it's 3 plates stacked on top of each other equals 1 brick. So, I'll take that to the side for now, but we're not going to work on it. And of course, 9.6 divided by 3 is 3.2. And there you go, that's the height. So 3 of those will equal 1 brick. Now, what we're going to make is the stud. Now, seeing that we're going to do it low polygon, I'll tell you the difference soon. But we'll do low polygon for now, so let's do a cylinder. Now we only want 1 height segment. If it's going to be low poly, 1 to 8. If it's going in a game engine, it'll be very low polygon. So center that, put the stud value at 9.6, so we've got it on top. Now the height of a stud is 1.6 millimeters. And the radius is, where is it? It's 2.6 or 5.2 in diameter. So that's what it would look like. Then underneath, you won't have a stud underneath on a 1x1 brick, but you will on a 2.2 and larger. So first we'll select the box. We will edit poly. Select the underneath, and then we will inset it. This is just quickly done. They're going to extrude upwards. Okay, so that's the basic brick overall, but there is a lot more to it. But first we need to make the exact measurements. So the inside of the wall, calling this part of the wall, is set to, if I have a look here, 1.4 millimeters. So this should be at 4, which it is if you have a look here. No, sorry, here. And that means if that's 4, this should be 2.6. So we'll set this to 2.6. Do the same here. This one will be negative 2.6. We do it also on this side here for the y-axis. 2.6. As you can see, it should be exactly the same and enough so that the stud can fit inside. Now a real Lego brick, the stud is a tiny bit bigger than the hollow inside. That's just so it can hold a position, but we're not going to go into that. So that essentially is your 1x1 brick, exactly the same size. Now for this one here, the plate, it's pretty much identical, except inside it's the same size as a stud. So if I just hide, oh, I'll just move out of the way actually. I'm going to center this. I'm going to make another stud. Okay. Now this will be set above like before. That's 3.2mm from the top. Now here, edit the poly again, and underneath, go to inset and extrude a bit. Oh, in fact that's one thing I didn't do. But I'll do that in a second anyway. For the height of this, it is 1.6mm. Send it to 1.6. And for these, just like before, it's set to 2.6. Sorry, what was that? A 3? 2. There we go. And set that to 2.6. And then on the other side here, do the same. And 2.6. Right, now let's go back to this one because I forgot it. So it should be selected underneath, which it is, and the height of it, if I remember, was 9. Yep, 9mm. Okay, and there you go, you've got your 2 bricks. Now these are very low polygon, which would definitely go into a game, but if you're going to go into the high polygons, you will want to go for a completely different size with a lot more many sides than this, because what happens is when you smooth it, which I'll show you now, if I just move these to the side, okay, go for a cylinder. Okay, set that centered. Now I'll do the original size, which is 2.6 radius, and it was it 1.6 in height. Okay, so here you have your stud. That's normal size. Now if I just convert that, and just so it doesn't go into a heap of mess, I'm going to do this just before the mesh smooth. Okay, so if I smooth this now, you'll see here that's nothing, but when you have a look, take a close look here, this is where the central point will be, as you can see, and the part which is stuck out here is moved backwards, and it would do it from each middle point thereafter on the smooth. So technically it's got smaller each time. So you have a look at this stud here. If I bring it back to the middle, can you see the difference? So if you wanted to make it the correct size, you could either go and, let's see, put that on. Oh, it wouldn't work now because I've just done it. Okay, let's make a new cylinder then. You'd have to make it bigger, much bigger in fact, to accommodate the problem. So I did an add a poly in here instead. There we go. Set the connect. to pick it up, then smooth it. As you can see, we want to get that to here. So go back to cylinder mode. You would probably need it approximately there. Which isn't perfect, you can see it's about 2.5mm more. And even if you did try and go exact, you can never get exact to that. So if you were to have a high polygon one, the best thing to do is simply create a cylinder, and from the start just give it tons and tons of sides, as many as you need. That way it will always be perfect to exactly the same size you need it to. So just get rid of all of that, and I will show you how you can make a high polygon version which is rounded size. So let's just do the 1x1 because that'll be much simpler. So I'll duplicate it. Okay. Then I'll just hide the rest. Okay, here I'm going to give it about 32 sides. This is what I normally do when I do my high polygon models. Then with this we're going to keep it the same, but what we're going to do is completely isolate it first, or you can right click and go to isolation selection. But I just press Alt Q, it's much faster. So I want to get the wireframe up, there we go. Now when I smooth it, if you'll have a look, it will go kind of funky. But we don't want that. We want it to make it look like a cube with sharp edges. So if I turn it off, go back to editable poly, go back to this, oh no, line mode, sorry. Then just to quickly do it, I'm going to be wanting to ring around. So click this. It'll be different for you if you're using a different version of Max. It was introduced in Max 2010 or 2011. But if you click that, as you can see, it automatically rings a selection. But if you don't have that, let me just turn it off. You can simply select one edge and then hit ring, which is here. And as you can see, it selects them all. I'll just do that, so put it in X-ray mode so you can see. Now what I'm going to do is connect them. I want 2 lines. Okay. Now wanting to loop these. Now looping is along the same line. Like that. I want to move this up. I'm not going to do this perfectly. You can do this yourself. But what I want to do is get it to a rough point so that when I come to smoothing it, it all keeps nice sharp edges. I can sort the underneath out later. Let's connect that with again to like it is. I just speed this along. I'm going to put on this so it selects it quicker. Time to do the same this side. Take that off. that off. Connect to, in fact, just make it even more quicker. Just automatically do this instead. Let's just slide it out. As you can see, now when I turn on the mesh smooth, it's nice and straight around the edges along the top. Along the bottom I haven't done it yet. So if I just turn off the smooth again, as you can see along this part has, but not along the bottom here. So we'll just correct that and select these polygons. I'm going to inset a little bit. It looks like that's per polygon. There it is grouped. It's probably because I've got, yeah, okay, I'm going to do it another way then. If I'm going to go from the bottom side, just like this. I'm not going to do inset, I'm going to do line. Turn that on so I'll be able to see the vertices. As you can see there, the vertices need to connect here, here, there and there, and across this way. It's back to line. Go to cut. There's cuts. And okay, actually perspective will be easier. Select from here all the way to the edge. That's one done. That's two. That's three. And there you go, 4. So now we hit smooth. It's much better than before. Now we're going to do is straighten that part up. Just turn off smooth again. That doesn't look perfect, but you can easily sort that out by just simply going into vertex mode, target weld, simply weld down the corners. Just like that. That probably would be better also, as you won't need these corner lines anymore. So select them and hit the backspace key. Or you could simply hit the remove button here. So now it should look a little bit better around the edges. There you go, as you can see. Much better and cleaner. Turn off my smooth. Okay. So let's do the inside now, shall we? Select the edge. Again, I'm going to use the magic select. Do that. Hit connect. And it looks about right. Then I need to do the edges here, which is, I have to turn off this now, this part here, those two, these two, and these two. Hit connect. As you can see, rings it just like before. Okay, that's fine. Now, because there's more, I'm going to have to select more, hopefully not the top. Good. Select these two, and then the ones I wanted selected, okay. Connect, and done, okay. We'll sort out this part here in a minute. But first, if I hit Mesh Smooth, there you go. The inside is nice and, well, nice shape. It's just this part to finish off now, so turn that off. And what I'm going to do is bring it here, or better turn off edge face, ignore back facing rather. I won't select the wrong edges, okay. Hit connect. Now I only want one segment because you already got one on the outside. Put it to 3, there we go. Don't need to slide it, but I want to, well, I need to slide it over about there, I would say. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Right. Hit on smooth, not quite there. Now we need to connect it here. In fact, really I should be connecting this and straight along here. So what I'll do is go to cut. This cut's gone. There's cut. Cut that to here. And cut that to here. And if you have a look at the smooth, it should, there you go, you can see it's smoothed out. But now I've just created extra needless areas, but you can pretty much get away with that. See, 1, 2, 3, yeah, you would need to have that actually, otherwise it won't be four-sided. So let's just move to this side, do the same. So it'll be cut here to there. Here to there. Do the same up top. Right. Oh no, I don't think that one connected. Well, I could sort that out in a second. Yeah, you can see it hasn't connected. Connected to the one at the bottom, but didn't want that, but it'll be fine for now. Let's get wireframe so I can see this side, or can't I? No, I can't. Okay. What's happened here? Oh yeah, cut. Cut from there to there. Okay, remove the cut. Let's just sort this bit out. Go to vertex mode. Yeah, let's see, we didn't want that, did we? We wanted to connect to here. So target weld that to there. There, I want to move along the edge. In fact, no, it should be fine. It's only a very small amount. I'll turn off that. Put on smooth, and there you go. Got yourself a nice smooth brick, and the same principle would be with the, oh, hold on, what's happening here? Oh yeah, that's fine. Same principle would be with the plate as well. It's got smooth sharp edges all around it, exit isolation, and so far you've got a nice round top, but we also want to chamfer it a little bit as well, but we won't use the chamfer tool. I'll do exactly the same as what I've just done with this, and that is to go to edit poly. It'd be much quicker with this as well. I'm going to use the magic ring, connect two segments, pinch it outwards, okay. And then I want to, where's it gone? Inset. Oh yeah, select that. Inset it just a little bit, but not much. That should do it. And now if I smooth this, the bottom will be a little bit messed up at the moment. As you can see, it's nice and smooth along the top now. Nice and sharp and smooth. Let's isolate this again. What I'll do, I don't know if this will work, because I've done it a different way before, is delete the bottom. There we go. The bottom will never be shown because it will always be attached. So now exit isolation mode, and I've now got pretty much a perfect brick. Now you could put text on top, but yeah, let's put text on top actually. Okay, so we go to shapes, text. I'm going to put text here. Okay. Let's Lego center it so we know exactly where it's going to be. I don't know the font. In fact, I can't remember the font. Now I'm going to set the size much smaller, obviously. Now I'm wanting to go on top of the stud, but first we need to make it just right. So if it's on top of the stud, it'll be what, 9.6 plus 0.6. Well, let's just put it at 11 for now. I think it's 11.2. What was it? 10.2. Oh no, 11.2. Bring it down. Still make it smaller. That'll do. Push it in the middle. And it's italic. But I'll just leave it like this for now. Okay, then I go to converts to editable poly, and this will fill it in. Just like this, as you can see. The best way to do this is select the entire element. Actually no, edges rather. I think that'll probably be better. And then if you hold shift, just bring it down a bit. It doesn't really matter about the bottom, it might have a bottom, but this one doesn't. If it does have a bottom, and I want to get rid of it, what you could do is go to Object Properties and turn on Backface Cull. Yeah, as you can see, that's mine automatically done, so I don't need to do it. So now we've got the text, bring that down. The text is usually pretty high polygon already, so you don't want to add extra to it. So let's just bring up the materials, make it look a little bit more like a Lego brick. Here we are. Select all of those, assign it to the selection. Let's give it a plastic look. So, see, let's give it, let's turn on iRay actually, it's much nicer. So renderer, no common, sign renderer, iRay, you can use Mental Ray or Quicksilver. In fact, Quicksilver would be a very quick output, but I like iRay, it's quite nice. As you can see, it's changing the materials here. You can't use a standard material for iRay, however, so you need to keep that in mind. Okay, so that's all done. Sign it again, just in case. Add selection, standards. Now we want to have a simple archery design. Give it plastic, which is where we're looking. Here we go, not translucent. Matte, or we could use glossy if you like, but it's mostly matte. We'll just say this is a red brick. Okay. Now just to quickly add a light, I'm just going to go to create system, daylight system, yes, turn that on. Just so you can get a quick rough idea of what it might look like. Centre around here, F9 should pop up. Why isn't it showing up? Oh, here we go. Oh, I know why. Give it back to MR photography, but I need to select this. Not that one. It's MR sky and MR sun, which is mental ray sun, mental ray sky. There we go. And now center back on here. Hit F9. And there you go. You got your Lego brick. Probably want to have thicker text, but for the time being that's pretty decent. And if you want to make some high-res models, then that's pretty much the way you want to do. All you need to do is, when you create a next piece, is simply copy it across. Then you cut this entire bit out, weld these two together, and you put a cylinder in this place here, and that's how you make a 2x1 point piece. And then if you want to have a 2x2 piece, then it's simply the same way. You cut this entire area out here, weld it all together, make sure it's just flat along here rather than extra polygons. Then you put a large cylinder piece here, and that's pretty much how it's done. So thanks for watching, and if you want any more LEGO tutorials, then please give me and drop me a comment or a line.